Today, the release of the StarLight Celebration has commenced and been released. This is actually my first year with the StarLight Celebration, even though I've been part of Final Fantasy XIV for a good few years now, but this is my first time actually being on the celebration. So let's see what this year's StarLight Celebration brings, shall we? Oops. Right. Hello. Oh, looking for a little helper this season. Well, what have we here? If it isn't my favorite adventure, why, it's a StarLight miracle. You simply could not have arrived at a better time. As you may recall from our past meeting, I am Garanji, and I have the pleasure of serving as the celebrant once again for this year's festivities. As you can see, the celebration is in full swing, and I and my colleagues have once again transformed ourselves into the Saints' little helpers to dole out gifts galore to the children of our fair realm. I can't English, oh my god. Needless to say, there is more to StarLight Season than presents and pretty ornaments this year. We've once again decided to stage a musical performance. We will be ready to raise the curtain in a short while and would be more than honored to have you in the audience. Okay, cool. It is our fervent wish that the gift of song, too, serves to warm the hearts and brighten the faces of each and every young boy and girl in town. Father! Oh, Father, look! One of the Saints' little helpers brought me a present! Oh ho! Now isn't that a splendid thing? And do you know what else? Mother and I have prepared a great feast for the family tonight. Let us head home as soon as the concert is over. Will there be eel pie? You know I love an eel pie. Look, the show is about to begin. That it is, son. Word is that it's going to be even grander than last year's performance. And because you don't have to work at the markets this year, we can see it together. It's a StarLight miracle. Oh, what's this? Happy StarLight to you, child. Might I ask your name? I'm Nale Ponque. What's it to you? Why, what a lovely name. You can call me Pray tell, why the long face? Was your present not what you hoped it would be? No, it's not that at all. I love the stuffed chocobo the little helper gave me. Truly, I thank you for your kindness. It's just that, you see, I really wish Father could be here. I see. Do tell me more. Father serves in the God's Quiver. His name is Lartomp. Perhaps you know of him? Anyhow, he promised me a fortnight ago that this year, for certain, we'd go to the festivities together. But then he was assigned to emergency duty. Ever since then, he scarcely comes home at night. I know that these are dangerous times, and Father's task is an important one. But is it too much to ask that he could at least celebrate StarLight with his family? With the God's Quiver, you say? It couldn't be. Say, Nalimpong, I have an idea. The concert will begin shortly. Why don't we watch it together? Thank you, but I'd rather not. It wouldn't be any fun without Father. And besides, I don't care much for a song and dance anyway. Good evening to you. The poor child. As if it weren't hard enough being alone during StarLight Season. It must be even more painful to be surrounded by happy families, rejoicing together. If only there were something we could do to return the smile to his face. To tell the truth, I just had an idea. The boy said that his father is a bowman of the God's Quiver, did he not? As a matter of fact, a contingent from the Quiver has been enlisted to perform in our concert. It may merely be coincidence, but I cannot help but wonder if this is the true reason La Tombe is occupied of late. And so I ask of you, adventurer, would you be so kind as to lend your talents to help me chase the shadows from a boy's troubled heart? Why not? Thank you, my friend. The spirit of the saint truly does live on within you. A bowman by the name of Piers has been our main contact at Quiver's Hold. If there is anyone who could shed some light on the matter, it would be him. Okay. So we're working with the Quiver's bow today. Alright. And as a bard, that is my special place to go to. Quiver's bow. Let's see. New Gridania, of course. Let's go. Archer's Guild. The place where I first began. And I was a Mikote before I turned into this bunny. Believe it or not. Are you further in? Yeah, you're further in. Piers. La Tombe's boy is looking for him, you say? That's odd. It's true that our bowmen have had their hands full ensuring the city was safe and secure for Starlight season, but it's hardly so onerous a task to keep them away from seeing their families entirely. That is, of course, unless... Yes, that must be it. Allow me to explain. As you may know, the StarLight Celebration can trace its origins back to ancient Ishgard. Indeed, many of the choral tunes sung during the celebration to this day were passed down to us by their temple knights. To honor tradition, we of the God's Quiver decided to join together with the Archers Guild to take part in this year's Starlight concert, that we might lift the hearts of the children with song, just as our Ishgardian counterparts have done throughout the ages. Now that you mention it, La Tombe is one of those who will be taking to the stage for the main performance. No doubt he intends to keep this a secret until the curtain rises. Excuse me. His mellifluous voice truly is a marvel to behold. Why, some would say he's the most talented tenor in all of Gridania, and his devotion to his craft is second to none. I would not be surprised if he gave the child some excuse about guard duty in order to sneak off and spend extra time rehearsing. The performance is almost nigh, yes? If you and your colleagues are so concerned, I suggest you seek La Tombe out and inform him of his boy's plight. Last I heard, he was headed to Bent Branch Meadows to reunite with his loyal chocobo, who was taken there for treatment after behaving erratically of late. On the off chance that he's already moved on, just speak with Elgar at the stables. He is like to know where La Tombe went next. Thank you, Piers. Off we go! Oop, wrong door. Ha ha ha. Alrighty. So we are going to go to, let's see. Bent Branch. There we go. And then mount trusty Starlight Bear. Alrighty. Quiverman by the name of Lartonth, you say? Indeed, he left a few bells ago with his feathered friend in tow. If he hasn't returned to his post yet, I'd imagine they must have stopped off somewhere along the way. The poor bird, she's not suffering from any physical ailment as far as I could see, and yet she's constantly crying out, champing at the bit and stomping her feet. I suggested to Lartonth that perhaps the strain of recent battles is still weighing on her mind. Perhaps happens to the birds just as it happens to us, you know? And that a leisurely walk through the woods might do them both some good. Come to think of it, I remember him saying something about swinging by the jadeite flood on the way home. Maybe you'd put... Alrighty. Surveying the area. Tro la 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 la. Impeccable rhythm, my friend. I knew from the day we met that you were a chocobo after my own heart. Quack! Oh, seems we have a guest. Who might you be? Oh dear. It's true that I've been spending much of my time with my musical pursuits of late, but never did I think my boy would take it so hard. I truly have made a mess of things, haven't I? And at the very time of the year when the smiles of children are to take priority above all else. Why, I could brighten the hearts of 100, nay, 1,000 children with my song, and it would mean not a thing if my dear Nolly walked away from with a frown. Quack. A fine bird, is she not? Aye, she's my most loyal and treasured companion. This is why I was all the more troubled when she started to behave strangely as of late. And so, at the stable hand's suggestion, I took her on a stroll by the waters. Absent-mindedly, I began to hum a tune, when, wouldn't you know it, she started picking up her feet and prancing in time. That's when it came to me. She wasn't ill, nor troubled or of heart or mind. Far from it, she shares my profound passion for music, and merely wanted to join me in song and dance all this time. Isn't that right, my friend? Quick, quick! Typically, Quiver's Hold is a stern and somber place, but as the Starlight Celebration drew nearer and nearer, our halls were filled with music and song. Doubtless she's been beside herself with a desire to partake in the festivities along with her master. Truly a friend for all seasons. In any event, never in my wildest dreams did I expect my companion to respond so enthusiastically to my humble renditions of traditional Starlight carols. Would that Nolly felt the same way. Sadly, the boy is of an age where he's more interested in animals than in song and verse. I can only hope that seeing his father perform on the grand stage will change that. Oh, but the elementals take me. How soon I forget. You said my boy has already wandered away from the square, did you not? Which means that he will miss my performance. He will cry into his pillow tonight thinking that his miserable father abandoned him. And on StarLight, no less.
Quit!
Don't look so glum, you say? I suppose you're right. How can I hope to put a smile on my boy's face if I myself panic and frown? But I've rambled on enough already. The concert will be getting started at any moment, and my colleagues will be wondering what is keeping me. Might I ask one small favor of you before I go? Pray, explain the situation to the StarLight celebrant and ask her to seek out my boy and see to it that he attends the performance. I would surprise him with a StarLight memory that will fill his heart with joy. Thank you, my friend. You are truly a StarLight miracle in the flesh, and with that, my companion and I should be returning to the hold. We shall see you at the concert. I trust you will be in attendance? Of course. That's why I'm doing this mission. Oh, dear Lord. Alrighty. Well, back to New Gridania. Oh, there's a lot of people this year. Wow. Alrighty. Well, if it isn't my favorite little helper. How fare you? Were you able to track down near Naliponk's father? I see. Indeed. I suspected that may well have been the truth of the matter. Sir Larton's passion for musical pursuits is what has kept him away from his family. I agreed that a surprise appearance from his dear father would go a long way to raise the boy's spirits. Still, how are we to convince him to attend the concert? Yes, that is the rub. Well, he did like his present. Indeed, he sounded most pleased with his stuffed chocobo. If only there was a procession of chocobos or the like. Perhaps we could convince him to attend, but I fear we have planned nothing for the sort. What's this you say? Larton's compassion is a chocobo that dances and sings? How positively bizarre. Delightful, that is. Positively delightful. If this remarkable bird were to take the stage with his dear father, no doubt Naliponk would be thrilled beyond belief. Why, he might even find himself enjoying song and dance as he never has before. Yes, I believe I know just what we have to do. Leave the boy to me. In the meantime, will you seek out Larton once more and convince him to make his feathered friend a part of his performance? Tell him it's for his son's sake. Will do. Oh, for woe, whatever am I to do? Forgive me, friend. I fear I find myself in the throes of desperation and despair. I had a mind to take the stage as I planned, but I simply haven't the heart to do. What a fool I was. I meant to surprise the boy with a performance for the ages, but what will he think when he finds out that his father is a liar and a coward who is falalalling to when he was supposed to be protecting the people of Gridania from harm? Why, he'll never trust me again. What is this winging and wallowing in self-pity, and you call yourself a quiverman? Bullard Lewin? What brings you to this place? I will ask the questions here, Lartomp. Tell me, what is your sworn duty as a bowman of the God's Quiver? Why, of course it is to honor our pact with the elementals, to protect the Twelveswood from outside threats, and to see that not a single resident of Fair Gridania comes to harm. Well, yes, I suppose that is all true, but to put in more simple terms, one might say it is to preserve peace in the forest, and see that our citizens can live happy and contented lives. Forgive me, Bullard. I do not quite understand what you're getting at. In other words, bringing smiles to the faces of Gridania's children is an important part of your duty to keep the peace in the Twelveswood. Do you understand, Meowler? Now? Interesting. Looking at you, I am reminded of my own father, once Bowlord of the Quiver in his own right. He was a passionate man, devoted above all else to his duties, and I admired him more than anyone in the world. Though I did not follow directly in his footsteps, I have chosen to honor to his memory and in my own way, by training the brave souls who will keep our fair wood at peace. Instructor Molcote and Guildmaster Lucian, whatever has this humble bowman done to deserve this honor? I have no children of my own, and I would be lying if I said that watching you now, even in your worries, did not evoke me in a sense of envy and of regret. But even so, there is nothing I would rather see than a smile on the face of you and your boy. After all, it is the season for such things, is it not? And so, as Bowlord of the God's Quiver, I command you, put your fears aside, take the stage, and serenade young Nollypunk to your heart's content. My colleagues and I will do all in our power to see that your deeply held wishes reach the boy. Bowlord Lewin, I do not deserve this kindness. But there I go, being all glower and gloom again. Thank you, my loyal companion. You are always there for me in my darkest times. And you, friend, you look as if there is something you wish to say. Do you have a proposal, pray tell, which might resolve my plight? Bring your chocobo! Make it part of your stuff. Your performance. Yes! What if I were to include my feathered friend in my performance? For Nolly's sake? Come to think of it, the boy has always been fond of the birds. His dear father and one of his beloved birds taking the stage together? Meow! That's an inspired idea if I've ever heard one. Apology, a slip of the tongue when I say meow. I mean meow. Grr, not meow. Meow! Bah! I must say, it sounds like a foolproof plan to me, as well. After all, the bird has been trained to serve on the battlefield. Surely a StarLight performance would be well within the realm of its capabilities. Then I dare say the matter is settled. I trust you have no objections, Lartomp. None in the slightest, Bowlord Lewin. Oh my god, my English today. That is to say, if you do not, my fast, feathered friend, what say you? Will you do this for me and my boy? Quit! 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 Oh, whatever have I done to deserve such a constant companion? Quit! Quit! Ah, right you are. Turn that frown upside down, yes? And with that, I have but one last humble request to make of you, friend. Would you be so kind as to conduct our forthcoming performance? While my companion here is eager and willing to ascend to the stage with me, this will be her first such endeavor. Mind you, I too cannot lay claim to having sung a duet with a chocobo before. Though she has only known you a short time, it is clear from the look in her eyes. She trusts you as much as anyone, her own master included. Were you to lead the performance, I have no doubt she would happily dance to your every instruction. Isn't that so? Quit! Quit! Just as I thought. So what say you? Will you join us to make this Starlight a special one for my boy? Let's make this a performance for the ages. Why not? Thank you, my friend. You truly are a saint, and with that, we should make for the amphitheater. The others will want to be started any time by now. To the amphitheater! Welcome back, friend. I see your mission was a success. Our Tonp and his charming little, or not so little, really chocobo showed up not moments ago. I'm happy to report that I was able to convince Nali Punk to attend the show. What's that? You'll be conducting the performance, you say? I knew you were a woman of many talents, but I didn't expect you to volunteer yourself for this as well. Still, I thank you, friend. We are ever in your debt, and with that, I do believe we are ready to get this show on the road. Whenever you would like to begin, simply speak the word. Alrighty. Let's go! Lartomp and his feathered friend have finished their preparations, so we're ready to raise the curtain whenever you are. I heard the two rehearsing just before, and without spoiling the surprise, of course, I must say I was most impressed. For a man and his chocobo to pursue the musical arts so profoundly, all while keeping the 12s safe from harm, why, it's truly an inspiration to behold. Which is not to minimize your role in all this, heavens no. As a humble token of our appreciation, we intend to reward you with special certificates of good cheer, which can be exchanged for a whole host of delightful seasonal goods specially procured by Black Rabbit traders. If that sounds agreeable to you, let's get down to business. The business of putting smiles on the faces of every sweet little boy and girl in our audience. And just for the heck of it, because it's right there, let's get down to business. References for days. Anyway, needless to say, this means we need to be at our absolute best from the moment the curtain rises. Until the very last note is sung, why, if even a single boy or girl got bored and left mid-performance, they'd have every right to revoke my StarLight Celebrant credentials. Fortunately, I can be certain that would never happen, not with an accomplished adventurer like you conducting the performance. Lartomp has assured me that the Master and Chocobo both are prepared to follow your every lead, so all I ask is that you keep the tempo rousing and upbeat. It would seem an enthusiastic audience has already begun to assemble. As soon as you feel ready, you need only speak to one of our two celebrants stationed nearby, each of whom has been tasked with gathering together a crowd for the performance. I should give you fair warning, however. One of my colleagues has, how shall I say it, a tendency to be a touch over-enthusiastic about things. I overheard her speaking to spectators before, and she was talking in no uncertain terms how this concert was sure to be the stuff of legend and feature the most remarkable performers since Mikado herself took the stage. Let it suffice to say that those in earshot of her will have high expectations for the performance, which means that there will be little room for error. Not that I doubt your ability to deliver a worthy show, of course. I simply suggest that you prepare yourself accordingly. And with that, I do believe it's time we gave our audience what they wanted. Thank you again, friend. I, too, can scarcely wait to see what you and the performers have in store for us. Quest difficulty and rewards will vary according to which StarLight Celebration you approach. Alrighty. Ooh, I see a familiar face. Celeste! Hello. Anyways, let's try this one. Finish your preparations? That's good. I've been struggling to keep the younglings amused while they wait. Then I told them that only the most well-behaved child would receive a present, and they soon settled down. Anyway, it's about time we got started. This way, please. Speak with the StarLight Celebrant to begin the cantabile. You will earn 2 certificates of good cheer for successful completion of this piece. To attempt the Capriccio, speak with the splendiferous StarLight Celebrant. The rewards for successful completion vary according to difficulty. Not yet. Let's talk to this one. Let's see what they say. Hark! The conductor beyond compare makes her grand entrance. The crowd can barely contain their excitement. Are your preparations complete, Maestro? Oh no. Okay. Capriccio. That's the overenthusiastic one. Okay. Let's try this one. What is this? The choir will now perform a song. Time your inputs with the on-screen prompts. Blue, yellow, pink. When a blue prompt appears left, time your input as the diamonds overlap. When an orange prompt appears center, make several rapid inputs until the prompt disappears. When a red prompt appears right, press and hold the input for the duration of the prompt. The controls are as follows. All buttons and directional buttons except options. So, all the buttons and directional buttons except for the options button. Okay. To access the pause menu, press the escape key or options button from which you may choose to end the performance. Okay. If you fail to follow an on-screen prompt, you will incur a penalty. When a certain number of penalties have been incurred, the performance will not end immediately, but your attempt will be unsuccessful. In the event of failure or quitting during the performance, you may attempt it again by speaking to either of the StarLight Celebrants. Oh no! Okay. Let's give this a shot, shall we? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so it's like one of those music games, mini games thing. Okay. Wow. It's just like the Vocaloid music games. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. I'll probably have to try that again later, but I mean that was fun though. So, let's continue on with this and see what we get in the end. Oh, Father, that was the best. I had no idea you're such good friends with your chocobo. Oh, enjoyed the show, did we? I suppose all those hours your father spent rehearsing were not for naught. Rehearsing? You mean you weren't on emergency guard duty after all? I'm sorry, Nolly. I only meant to surprise you, but it seems my deception went too far. Can you forgive your fool of a father for saddening you and during Starlight season of all things? It's fine, Father. I wasn't that sad after all. More than that, when do I get to ride the chocobo? Well, that depends on her, doesn't it now? What say you, my friend? Would you be amenable to giving my dear boy a ride? Queer! She says it would be her pleasure. Alright! Whoa, that looks fun! I want to ride the chocobo too! Queer! Queer! She says, come on, come on. The more the merrier. Yay! Your father is the best, Nolly. You bet he is. Actually, Father, there's one more thing. What is it, boy? If it's within my power to grant, you need but say the word. I was wondering, maybe you could teach me how to sing? I never enjoyed music much until I heard your voice, but seeing you up on stage, it just looked like so much fun. But of course, my boy. Though I must say, there's really nothing to learn. Raise your voice and sing from the heart, and you're sure to bring joy to any and all who hear it. Isn't that so, my friend? Why don't you show Nolly how it's done? Quack, quack. She's singing! The chocobo's singing! I knew it! This is the best Starlight ever! Alrighty, so we got a happy ending. That's good. All is well in the world. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't sure what to think when a choir or bowman took the stage. But it seemed my worries were misplaced. That was a truly most moving performance. Why, just look at all those smiling faces. You and your friends have filled many a child's heart with cheer this Starlight. And not just that, you've brought together a father and his son. With a little help from their feathered friend, I dare say the saint himself would be proud. You've more than earned yourself a rest, I'd say. So why not take some time to enjoy the festivities? And if you'd be willing to oblige your adoring fans with an encore before the season is through, simply say the word. Alrighty. So we can actually redo this whole entire session of singing if we want. Which, I'll probably do that later. Let's see what the spoils are. 2 certificates. Alrighty. Supplier. So there is the Saintly Barding, the Orchestrion Roll, the Choir Concert Advertisement, Starlight Roll Cake, Starlight Gobu Wreath, Magic Prism, and another Magic Prism. Stardust and Sunshine. Alrighty. Well, that's it for this holiday season's event. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Until then, thank you for watching. This is Charmy Rose, also known as Akane Cho, in many other different games, signing out.